Hey guys, it's Ashley. This is before I brush my teeth. Clearly, I woke up late today. I've already brushed my teeth, done hair and makeup, and gone out and done the things I needed to do. So this is after I've brushed my teeth, I guess. It is Sunday. This week has been really good. I had my Next Step ADR, which looks amazing. The dancers in that show are just like absolutely incredible. I forgot how good they are, and then once I saw playback again, I was like, just super amazed all over again. I hope you guys like the videos I put up, the do-it-yourself face mask. I know some of you tried it and said that you had good experiences, so I'm glad. It's my favorite thing to do, and I'll probably do that after I do this video. Also, last week I forgot to answer some of your questions, so I've written down some of the things you guys wanted to know. Somebody asked me, let's see, can you tell us a time when you and Mike were trying to film a scene and could not pull it together? There are so many scenes that Mike and I just start laughing because I don't know what it is, but as soon as I look at him, I just laugh. He just makes me smile and laugh all the time. So it's hard to play like you hate somebody when you just love them. One that stands out in particular is, I can't even remember what episode it is, but I think it's I hurt my ankle or something, and I'm sitting on a chair, and Mike is sitting on the couch, and Marty comes up, and she goes, "Dr. Marty here, where does it hurt?" And she put on this cowboy accent, and Ariel is so brilliant. You were just kind of like, oh, whatever she does, this is amazing. And she was so serious trying to fix it and talking in this accent all of a sudden. We were just dying laughing. I could literally barely contain myself. There were tears dripping down my face, which kind of worked because I'm like, oh, maybe it can seem like I'm really hurt. But in real life, I was actually dying laughing. And then you also want to know any tricks I have to control my gut-wrenching laughter. This is bad. These are my go-to things. If I'm doing a scene and they're like, stop laughing, we have to get this, I will bite the inside of my cheeks. That's one trick I use. I think of the most terrible things I can think of to try and get myself out of this crazy giddy laughing thing that I'm doing, which is also really sad, but sometimes I'm like, okay, really, really terrible things, something bad happening, this and that. And also I pinch myself. If I'm laughing, I'll try and pinch my leg to pull myself out of it, because my problem is I laugh in super awkward situations. So if say Mike and I are doing a scene and we're laughing, and then the people start getting like, okay guys, enough's enough. We have to get this. Stop laughing. We only have an hour left and we have 2 scenes to do. Then it's like pressure's on. And to me, I'm just just start dying. Even though I know inside I'm like, no, come on, this isn't the time to have this crazy outburst. But it's generally what happens. So those are what I try and do to get myself through it. And I feel bad for everybody else around me, because once one person starts losing it, everybody in the room starts losing it. So it would often be you'll see on Life with Derek sometimes, the back of, I have really big cheeks, so when I smile, they stick out. I'm sure you can all see this. So if you ever see scenes from me from behind and it's Mike that I'm talking to, you'll see my cheeks start moving because I'm like, and poor Mike's on camera trying to do his best. He's such a champ. I couldn't have done it if it were on my takes, but yeah, he was just always so funny that I couldn't help it. And every time he shoved food in his mouth in scenes, I died. How am I supposed to watch him shoving 3 slices of pizza in his mouth and not laugh? I don't know. Okay, other questions. What were you feeling when you did your first love scene? And what was it like when you did your first on-screen kiss? Okay, so my first love scene, which I told you guys about last week, was super scary. Although it was good because I was with people that I know and trust, and I felt really comfortable with everybody that I was with, and that's huge. The only kind of weird part for me was just having a bare back and kind of being not clothed, really. Of course they have tape and things, and nothing is showing, but it's just still kind of awkward for me. I'm not 100% comfortable to just be here I am. So that was the only part I had to get over. And yes, it was very similar to my first on-screen kiss, which was in Life with Derek with Kit, who played Sam. I was so nervous. I think I was more nervous for my first on-screen kiss. And I remember talking to him beforehand. I'm like, okay, so we just like, how are we going to do this? And he's like, oh, I don't know. We'll just go in and see what happens. And so I'm like freaking out, like, what do I do this way or like turn my head? Or I was just like overthinking it so much. And right before we were about to do our take, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm a little less nervous. I'm ready to go. I look to my left and my mom is standing there with a video camera. And she's like, filming it. So then I was like super nervous. So I guess it kind of played well because I was nervous and Casey would be nervous in that situation. So I felt very authentic when I was doing that scene. But again, it turned out just fine. And it was, you know, it's one of those things you get used to it and then you're like, okay, this isn't that big of a deal. The first time's always the scariest. Okay, next question. Are there any other secrets from set you can now share? Oh, we have so many secrets from set. I'm going to have to come up with a list of things I can and can't say. I'll have to talk to Mike about this. I'll tell you about one of my worst scenes ever to film. It's a scene, I can't remember the episode also, but Casey has a face mask on. And she comes out and she says something like the mechanical equivalent of Jewel, which I still don't even know what that means. She says this whole big speech to Derek, and it's about exams or something. And I could not get these lines down. And it was to the point where it was like take 8, take 9, and I just kept screwing it up. And the more I screwed it up, the more my brain got fuzzy and I couldn't think of it. And poor Mike was the best. He was like, it's okay, just calm down. Like, we'll go over it. And I think I ended up saying I hated the producer while I was filming it. Sorry, Jeff, you know I love you, but he wrote that, and it was very confusing for me to try and get through. So yeah, that was like one of my worst scenes. It's like I still have nightmares about it. So yes, that was a few of the questions you guys asked. There's so many more things. There's not enough time to tell you about all of the things that we did on set. But I will try and come up with like some other little funny things that we did behind the scenes. And somebody asked me what happened in the movie theater that Mike and I talk about all the time. I can't say. No, we're putting that memory to rest, and I don't ever want to think about it again because it was my fault and it was bad. And Mike took the blame for it. I just love that guy. So yeah, that's what happened this week and what happened with some of the questions you guys asked. Today I have a crazy day, so I need to head out and get everything else done that I need to do. But write any comments, questions you have. I'll try and get to them next week. I'll be doing another do-it-yourself video on Wednesday. And thank you guys for watching. Mwah! Have a good Sunday. Bye!